Hello fellow compatriots and welcome to yet another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Tahu. And yes, you can see my face. By the way, this is your host, Tributron here. And I know, face reveal. You know, funny story about that? I was actually making a how-to video in making a mask. It was actually going to be my new mask. However, it didn't go as planned because guess what? I accidentally showed my face and well, here we are now just because of that fateful accident. Yay! Well, anyways, enough time wasted. Let's go ahead and take a look at this figure. As you can see before us, this MOC was actually suggested by Gladdy M. Torres. Be sure to go ahead, say hi to him. Be sure to give him some love and plenty of support. But anyways, yes. My Toa Mata MOCs really needed a revamp. Let's just say that they are not the best, you know. And I called them masterpieces too back in 2016 and early 2017. When I seen better ones out there that other people have made, I can yeet this Tahu across the room and he won't fall apart. But anyways, yes, I called him Toa Tahu because you can turn him into alternate versions and he has a full range of articulation. And on top of that, he still has the function. Yes. So without further ado, let's go take a closer look at this figure, shall we?
Alright. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at this fellow, starting with articulation, then functionality, and of course we're going to be talking about something else in particular. So for the ankles, they go up about this far, they can go back this far. You've got the tilty tilts. The knees, they bend 90 degrees, though you can probably cheat it a little bit and maybe move this shell piece a little, and then you can get a little bit more of a bend, though it's barely visible. Now, of course, you also have the full splits, and on top of that, you got forward kick, can kick up about that high, so excellent range there. Let's twist his waist around. Legs can go back that far, all the way back, so you got plenty of range when it comes to the legs. Now for the waist, let's go ahead and twist this all the way around, shall we? So his arms are in the air and they stay there because of the gear mechanism. Isn't that cool? So waist, you can do all the wiggle waggle, you can twist and it stays in place. Now of course, you also have the ab crunch as well, and it holds. So if you want to do ab crunch, you can. And on top of that, as you can see, let's rotate these down. The shoulders, they have a joint so that they can bend up. Yes, that's right. The gears also move as well, but be sure to have that lever out of the way, and they can sag down a little bit so you can emote, so he can look a little bit feeling down, or who cares. So you can make him do that. He's like he can do that. The shoulders themselves don't move, they are fixed, however they will stay in place. The arms, they go forward this far, go back this far, however you can always move the gears to your liking. Elbows, they bend in this much, go straight this far, and you can break the elbow as well. So yeah, they can bend in about this much. You could probably play with it a little bit and get a little bit more of a bend out of it. And of course, when it's straight, you can bend this little flap back if you need to. For the wrists, let's go ahead and show the other hand. Thank you, Tahu. So full rotation as well. You can tab them in whichever locking segment you want, similar to the original toy. You got the fingers, they do bend either so way. And on top of that, the neck is fully articulated as well. You got a joint in the base and a joint on the top. With the joint on the top, you got full 360, and he could look back that far, look down that far. Now, if you want him to lean, you twist this, angle that, and you go ahead, twist the neck joint a little bit, so now he can go like, what? Or, what? 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 Or you could just have it slightly, and so he look like, more like, You know, you can do all the or whatever you want to do with this guy because he can't do it. Now, if you don't want him to have the sword at all, you just extend the fingers, untab that, and then you go ahead over in the back. There will be a tab segment right over here, and you can tap this, put this axle into that hole, and then there you go. You got sword storage in his back, opposed to on the waist like the original version that I did that was not the best back in 2016. So you can do that. Now, you do have another thing that he can do. Like I said in the beginning of the video, he can go into the other modes. Now, of course, you need to go ahead and grab your accessories. We will need 2 of these swords, his Nuva mask, the shoulder pads, and of course, one of these. And you can upgrade him similar to the original toy. So just the only thing you had to do is take off the mask, and the most interesting part of all, take this out. Yes, that's right. There is an axle connection there, and you can take it out very nice and easily. And the only thing you had to do, connect that there, connect these here, and then connect that in the chest. And now he's looking a little bit more intimidating. And of course, you can go ahead, put these in his hands just like so, and make sure his fingers wrap around that nice and tidy, so that you can in fact have your Tahu do whatever you want him to do. And of course, there he is in his Nuva form, just like that. And of course, yes, you can make him surf on lava if you want him to. So in order for him to go ahead and do be all like, surf's up, dude, only thing you had to do is go ahead, grab these, just connect it together, just like that. And there are these little pegs on either side, right over here. And you've got some little holes right over here, and of course you can use those if you ever so want to. And the only thing you had to do is connect this over here and connect that right over there. And now you can truly have him in a let's go surfing pose. So he can go up. So yeah, you can put on surf poses if you want to. You know, you do have that option, and he looks natural while doing it because of those tabs. Now, of course, this is a little bit messy over here to allow for him to actually hold the weapons, but other than that, you know, he keeps the look on his hands the same without any cosmetic issues. And this is just simply just an add-on piece, a second thing that the swords can do. You don't always have to have him in sword the way they are. And of course, he does stand on the surfboard just as fine. And of course, you can take those off. And yeah, I'm a little bit rough. So, of course, like I said in the beginning of the video, I said that I'm pretty sure that this guy will not break if I yeet him across the room. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stand by that argument once I take apart Pump Daddy Tahu, because when he's in Nuva form, he looks like Pump Daddy Tahu. Let's be honest here. But we're here for the Mata version. Now, the thing is, the golden armor version, because I know he has a golden armor variant, but we don't talk about the golden armor variant even though he is OP when has the golden armor, but we don't talk about that. So I said, if you probably yeet him across the room, he won't break. So to prove it to you all, I'm actually going to go ahead and throw this guy across the room. But before we do that, we're going to just remove his sword and his mask, because I learned from past experiences that your mask will break if you yeet it across the room, because of how thin the plastics are. And this is a nice sword, and I don't want it to get damaged. So we're going to yeet him across the room and see what happens. Yes, we're actually doing this. Yes, I know this is crazy, but I want to do it. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so as you can see, we got a big space. If I were to walk, you can see there's quite a bit of space over here. So yeah, this is quite the distance. We're gonna go ahead and toss him and see what happens. Yes, I am crazy, but we're gonna do this. Also, to note, there is no glue parts here. I mean, if the legs were to break or the waist were to break, you know, nothing is glued. I want to make that point clear, because I remember one time someone asked me, "You probably glued the parts, didn't you?" You know, and I'm like, "No, I didn't." And that was with the Tributron durability test. So yeah, this guy is completely built. So probably what's going to break first is the system parts. They're not as same durability as Technic. So we're going to go ahead and toss him across. So, the only thing that really popped off, like I said, the system part was the first that came off. And you probably noticed the head came off. Well, remember I said system parts. The connection point for the head is a system connection, because of how tight everything has to be. So, the build, Technic-wise, is durable and will not fall apart. Now, of course, one of the gears did jump, but I mean, that's an easy fix. But other than that, this guy is durable. You won't be able to break him so easily. I tossed him across the room. He's perfectly fine. So yeah. So all you people there that think my MOCs are fragile, guess again. Alright, well, back to the main studio, shall we? Alright, so the figure is durable. We got that settled. Probably the best toy you could probably own. You can give it to your kids if you have any. But yeah, very durable figure. Definitely worthy of the name Masterpiece if you want to play with it. And also it kind of looks nice too. Well, anyways, let's go into size comparison so you guys can see how big this guy actually is. Here he is compared to the original, which is great at this time and still one of my favorite sets. This is more so video game-ish looking design with how chunky he is. I mean, you can't beat the original classic version. You know, that's something that you can never beat because of the memories that you make with it. But, you know, it's a nostalgia piece, not so much of a play piece anymore. So, yeah, there's your comparison right there. Not that much bigger than a Mata. And, of course, here he is with Pohatu, Master of Stone. Got a size comparison there, about the size of Pohatu Master. Here he is compared to Uniter Tahu. Much smaller than Uniter Tahu. He's a very small figure. And of course, here he is compared to Arashi. So yeah, he's in scale with the original sets. He's just only like about a stud taller. So he would fit with most of your original pieces, your original sets that is, because of how tall he actually is. And of course, one of the most infamous size comparisons, here he is with this piece, which is about the size of his torso, equally so. So you got that, there he is. So yeah, a small figure, not one of the smallest, of course, but definitely the size of a Toamata. Well, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed how durable this figure is and how it can retain the gear function and all that jazz while still harkening back to like the shoulder pads and everything, even though it doesn't have like the firearm sword, you know, but that was sacrificed so that you can turn it into a Nuva form. But yeah, I mean, a good figure all in all, pretty stable, won't fall apart. I mean, so without further ado, take it away, myself.
Hi! If you like this video, be sure to leave it a like, and possibly if you want to see more content just like this, just be sure to subscribe and hit the bell, because sometimes you will never get the notifications unless if you hit that bell. It is crucial. Why you do this? But anyways, if you want to go ahead and follow me on other sources of social media, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, and also Reddit as well. I also have Amino. I have Discord, which I'm very active on Discord, so be sure to go ahead and find me there. I have my Discord server as well, so if you want to go ahead and join in on that, you can. If you want to go ahead and send me fan mail, you can. The address is in the description below. And on top of that, if you want to go ahead and support me on Patreon for whatever reason, yeah, sure, go ahead. But anyways, that's about it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.